Okay, you amazing humans. Happy Friday. Good Friday. Big waves to you. Let me get it in the camera right now. Big waves to you guys. So, we're not going to do a wacky word of the day because so we'll do that again on Friday. Um, we wanted to really pay honor to Good Friday. And so, me and Andrea, we thought about it yesterday. And so, we're going to relate it to life and what we go through and actually business, right? And we all are probably earning money some way, somehow, some type of business. And so we tied it all in together today. But in honor of Good Friday and in honor of Easter and the celebration, um, this is one of my favorite times of the year. And so we wish everybody, I know Andrea will say it, but we wish everybody just an amazing weekend with your family, with friends, and for a lot of us, remembrance of history, right? Of things that went on. And our word for today, and it's actually Paul Bernstein out of Florida. It's his birthday on Good Friday. So happy birthday, brother. Everybody give him shout outs in the comments. We'll sing to you at the end because we don't want you to miss our beautiful voices. So we went with the word sacrifice for today. And if you look at the definition of sacrifice on this Good Friday, it's giving up something of value now for something greater later. And maybe today's word was God working in a mysterious way in my own heart because when I looked at this and I was looking at it, going over it, it just had a lot of impact, a lot of impact. And it may be because it's tied to Good Friday today and the sacrifice that 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 Jesus made. So short-term pain for long-term gain. Sorry, Todd Rowland was calling. So short-term pain for long-term gain. Here's the deal. Good Friday represents a moment that didn't look like victory. It actually looked like loss. It looked like defeat. It looked like everything was falling apart. Think about it. If you were alive at that point to experience that, how you might have felt. But I want you to relate it this morning. I got to be quick, but I want you to relate it this morning to you, to your life, what you're striving for. Like short-term pain for long-term gain. Like, so it looked like loss, it looked like defeat, it looked like everything was falling apart, but it was actually the setup for something greater. You know, you think about business like the early mornings when nobody sees it, the late nights when nobody applauds it, the no's you hear while building something real. Those moments feel like setbacks, but they're actually investments into a bank that pays off. So, what feels like a loss today may be the foundation for the breakthrough tomorrow. And I believe Good Friday is such a great representation of that. Like high performers, and I think we'd all agree Jesus was a high performer. High performers don't avoid sacrifice. They understand it's the price of growth. It's the price of doing something bigger. So I'm going to turn it to Andrea because I want to save the time. But here's where I went back to. I went back to there's so many times in my life and in your life where the victories today does not seem like a victory. Like the little things we're doing, they actually seem like losses and they seem like defeat and they seem like things are falling apart. But reality is it's disguised in that we're given an investment for a deeper meaning and a deeper reason down the road. We just got to stay the course. We just got to stay the course to see the other side. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is sacrifice. To attain something very good, we're going to have to sacrifice. So, Andrew, I'll turn it to you.
Well, great lesson this morning. Powerful word. And yes, happy birthday, Phil. We're excited to sing to you. So that's always fun. So what the quote that I found was what you sacrifice today determines the life you get to live tomorrow. And we realize, and obviously this is all so small compared to the ultimate sacrifice that was made for all of us, right? But just bear with me here. But we have to realize, and I know we do realize that not all sacrifice is equal. So some people, well, we can sacrifice time, but then we waste it, right? Like I'm going to hurry, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to sit and scroll on my phone for a week, and just get sucked into absolute nonsense. Or I'm going to sacrifice energy, but then I do it without direction. And Good Friday reminds all of us that our sacrifice must have a purpose. So there's some questions that we can ask ourselves. So, like in business, am I sacrificing for growth? Or am I just staying busy? And I know, oh my goodness, I can be so guilty of I just want to move, I want to stay busy, I want to distract, all of those things, but I'm not being productive. So that sacrifice that I'm pulling from is definitely not worth it. Am I building something meaningful or am I just grinding away? Are my actions aligned with what I actually want to do with, am I aligned with where I actually want to go? And the lesson is that sacrifice without purpose leads to burnout. Right? When we go and we go and we go, but we don't have that heart in it, when we don't have the purpose in it, well, we just exhaust ourselves, right? We get frustrated and disappointed and all of those things, and we burn out. And sacrifice with purpose absolutely leads to transformation. So, what I looked into really quickly, I'll run through this fast, is what to sacrifice in our world in order to get ahead. So, the first one is the immediate comfort. So, growth rarely happens when we live a life that has just the easy choices. So, comfort is me staying in my reclining chair and just enjoying those moments. But the better choice would be for me to go move my body, right? Wake up earlier, have that hard conversation that maybe is uncomfortable in that moment, but it moves your relationship to the next level. Doing the workout when we don't feel like it, like anybody else, go to the gym and you're like, it was like the first thing on your to-do list that morning, and then you just push it throughout the day where you end up there at 6 o'clock at night. Sometimes that happens, but if we can get out of that immediate comfort, that is where we build our momentum and keep moving. Sorry, Leanne, if I'm stepping on toes. Next thing to sacrifice is our need for approval. We slow ourselves down trying to make everyone comfortable with what we're doing, right? Not everyone is meant to understand our journey, our purpose, our goal, our next level, our whatever. It's not meant for everybody. It's just meant for us. So if we can release that need for approval, we will go so much further. Next is to sacrifice the excuses, even the really good ones, right? Life is busy. You've got kids, you've got a business, you're a human with real responsibilities, and still results come from our owning what we need to do, not necessarily explaining why we're not doing it or why it's coming slower or whatever it may be. Next one would be perfectionism. So waiting until it's just right. I still remember Coach telling me, so this was going back some time. I used to work in my closet. So just to imagine, I'm a homeschool mom. My kids were little, my house was chaotic. And so I had a spot cleared out in my closet where my desk was, and that's where I would go to try to get my work done. And I had a little sign that, because, my mentor said, done is better than perfect. And so I had it stuck up there because I would slow myself down all day by trying to do things perfectly, and I wouldn't get anything done. So he would have to tell me, just do it, do it bad. You'll improve over time, but done is better than perfect. So let's sacrifice that perfectionism so we can go grow. And then our old identity, and I'll end with this. All of us have a story in our head of who we are. And you know what? We've probably outgrown that in a million different ways, right? So if we can sacrifice that old identity and that version of us that maybe slows us down a little bit, we can embrace the version of ourselves that's going to take us to the next level. So I thought this was a beautiful word, and I didn't cry, which I thought I would. So I'm impressed at this moment. But love you guys and happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter, everybody. We love you. We're so grateful for you, and we thank God every day for this group. Truly, we do. Um, and Mr. Paul, today's
Phil,
yours. Go have I'm sorry,
Phil.
Phil, not Paul. Phil, have an amazing day out there, brother. We love you. Happy birthday.
Thank
Here we
you.
go. Happy
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 birthday
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 to
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 you.
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 Happy
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 birthday
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 to
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 Birthday
you.
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 Happy
Birthday,
Happy
birthday,
Birthday,
dear
birthday.
dear
birthday,
Phil.
dear
Phil.
to
Happy
Happy
Phil.
birthday
birthday
to
to
Birthday, Phil. Hope you have a
Happy
great
you.
you.
birthday
Have a
Happy
to
birthday,
wonderful
you.
Phil.
one. Have a
Thank
nice day,
you.
Thank
you
you, guys. Appreciate
all.
Happy birthday, brother.
Bye.
Thank you.
Love you
Thank you.
guys.
Thank
Have a
you.
it.
beautiful
Appreciate it.
week.
Thank you,
Have a
Coach.
great
Thank you,
day